In this video, I'm going to be going over authentication on BFFless. Currently, my website is public. If I open this up in an incognito tab, anybody can access it. So if I want to make my website private, I can go into admin settings and I can change it in several different places. If you scroll down to advanced settings, you can change it to private. Now, let's save these changes. Great. So now the website is showing a 404 page. It is considered private. I can decide, well, maybe I don't want to show a 404 page. I want to redirect to a login. And so if I save this, and then I go back, and now I'm being asked to log in. Now, what if we only want to make one of our subdomains private and not everything under J5S? Well, we can do that too. Let's go back here and change this to inherit from alias and save it. Now that's our primary site content we've set up. We have several domains that we've configured as well, such as coverage or playwright. Or preview. Let's go ahead and go to our playwright domain. If we go to open up playwright, we have a playwright test report, and anybody can access it right now. That's probably not really necessary, so we can make this subdomain private. Now, we can go and do that directly on the subdomain by clicking edit and then changing it to private. Before we specifically made it public, but now we're going to make it private, and we're going to say redirect to login. So going back to incognito mode, if we go to playwright, now I'm being asked to log in. That's awesome. There's a lot more advanced functionality you can do as well that I'm not going to get into too much detail here that is documented, but you can do things such as require specific roles and also inherit from your alias, so you can configure whether it's public or private at the alias level. So let's go back here, and now I want to get into well, maybe you've made your website public so anyone can access it, but you want to allow users to log into your website, and so they can maybe get personalized information about, if they add a comment, it's always the same user, or there's sections of your public facing website that you want to give access to. So you want to do a lot more of authorization on your front end while adding authentication to it at the same time, so that you can do the authorization. So let's go ahead and do that in our website. I'm going to check out a new branch, and I'm going to tell Claude to do this. Can you use the BFFless skill to learn about BFFless authentication and authorization? What I want is to add authentication to the public-facing React app. I'd like to add a login button that logs the user in through a link to the /login on the admin, which then redirects the user back to my website. I want to do the same thing for logging out. Additionally, I'd like for you to add mock service worker for when I'm running this on localhost development environment, so that I can emulate specific users and make it really easy, perhaps some small sort of UI in dev mode where I can configure user information super easily, so I can make updates to the UI based on the user who's logged in. All right, that was a lot. And most people, most everyone, wouldn't know that much information. But I'm going to do it here for demo purposes. And the key things here is that it does have the skill. It knows how to do this if you can sort of prompt it in the right way. I probably gave it more information than it needed. It would have figured this out anyways. But basically the way the login works is it redirects you to the admin section of the website to handle the authentication, and then redirects you back to the to your where you came from. So let's see if it can figure that out. All right, the admin link for login and log out. Yeah, I really recommend mock service worker. Um, I don't remember installing it. I installed it in a branch to test this out, but I didn't think it was installed in this branch. Maybe it is. Yeah, I don't know. Claude's tripping. I don't know. I don't see it in package JSON. Are you sure? All right, let's say yes. Yeah, it was wrong. So you gotta be careful with Claude. It doesn't know everything quite yet. Not yet. So we want to make sure it installed mock service worker. So now it's in our dependencies. We can add this later for testing, and it's a great tool to emulate the network or mock the network requests. Some things are just easier to do also on local with authentication. Do I want to log in and log out and create 17 different accounts? Or should I just, oh, now it's writing CSS. I specifically told it in Claude.json to prefer uh, Tailwind. So maybe I'm not doing something right. Uh, use Tailwind for new CSS. My Claude.json tells it that it's supposed to have that in its context, but I guess that got lost. Now it knows to use this endpoint underscore BFFless auth, which is a reverse proxy to um, some authentication endpoints to get things such as the session. So on the front end, you can actually go and you can, let's go check it out while it's doing that. If I go, if I do this, it can get the information. So that's how the front end is going to know if the user is logged in or logged out. It has to make a network call. The cookie is an HTTP only cookie, so the JavaScript cannot read that cookie directly. Now it's building my dev auth panel. Got the tailwind. This will only be shown from localhost development, not from the domain name in any way when we push. Running the test. Let's see. Run the build. Now it's going to run the site. Let's see it. It's running in the background. See if it got this right the first time. Oops. Let's go out here. All right, so where's my auth? Oh, it put my auth button underneath my chat. That's not cool, and I can't really move it. So authenticated, cool. So it's got my user. And my role is user. Okay, that's not exactly what I want. Let's tell it to tweak a couple things here. Let's tweak the dev panel. Put it. What am I typing? Put it on the left rather than the right, because on the right it's under the chat bubble. And also, let's fix the user role types to these three roles. Now, the user role types are admin, user, and member. So to admin, user, and member, comma, not free form text. Still verifying. Let's go look at it as it rebuilds it. Oh, that's kind of cool. Cool. So we got our user down here. It's doing the drop down now. Sweet. So now I can on my local, do certain features and functionality really easily based on this. Let's go ahead and commit it and get it working in the real environment. Looks good. Awesome. So now we're going to have our PR, and we should be able to see it as soon as it builds. Go test it out. So only take a minute to build. Great PR, lots of good content. Let's go ahead and check out our pipeline. All right, test passed. Let's see how the coverage compares. Ooh, we dropped coverage. It's gonna let us know about that. Now it's doing playwright. So if we go back to our issue, it's from a different video, I go over this. We can see our coverage threshold went down, right? Use session. So that's useful information to know. Ideally, we should be increasing code coverage on every single PR. Now there's a size mismatch in the screenshots, and so pixel match is not able to do a diff when when their images are different sizes, which is usually why, like for screenshots, I should have done like just a section and not the full page, because the page size changes all the time, and that makes the diffs hard hard to make it work. All right, so it built. Let's go ahead and check it out. Here's the website, and I'm currently logged out. Oh no, I'm currently logged in. That's the user. It's me just being dumb. And I have the option to log out. And here I can log in. If I log in, redirects me here, and let's go ahead and log in. Boom, back on my website. So now I have all the information that I need, and if I need, and now that my use session hook pulls this guy, I have this user authentication information. I can pass my user ID on the if I have a pipeline or I want to add additional information. Like in the next video, we'll go ahead and we'll update like the contact form of the logged in user, the comments. We can add your name for you, or we can add your user ID for you, and then we can add additional functionality like, well, let's allow you to delete the comment if you created the comment, and now I can trust that you created the comment across sessions, and it adds a lot more features and functionality to our website now that we have the authenticated user on the front end. I can make certain sections not accessible, and now I can really start doing some cool things with the website now that I have authentication wired up. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll leave the PR in the comments of in the description of the video, as well as some other useful links to things like mock service worker and the skills. Yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe.